Hello, everybody, and welcome to the We Are All Idiots podcast, episode 7. This is Mikey speaking. So, this episode is unusually short, and I will explain why really quick. We had a few internet issues going throughout various members of the podcast, specifically myself and Anthony. Anthony had a hard time getting onto the show, while I started lagging during the show, and the Skype call dropped for me a few times, which caused the audio to just get corrupted on a few sections, which was not what we wanted you guys to deal with at all. So, after discussion with the group, this is uploaded very late, I apologize to the 5 listeners, maybe 20, I don't know, Kappa. But we have shortened the episode to our Game of the Year discussion. Now, you'll just hear that. I'll leave you guys to listening. Have a good time with all the laughs and prepare for some MLG music.
All right. Well, that's what everybody's been playing here, minus Jason because he's dead.
RIP Jason 2015.
Frozen in Nepal that I cut out of the Earth's crust and threw onto Neptune.
Hot.
Yeah, we need sad
cold
music now.
Should I edit in some really low-key sad music in here, Jeremiah?
Yes.
All right,
the smallest violin.
doing it.
If you can, that'd be pretty funny.
I'm getting the MLG sad music. The sad air horn violins. Let's go.
Okay. Anyway. All right. So, we're just going to have our little discussion here. We're going to say what our top 3 games of the year have been and why our number 1 should be the game of the year for We Are All Idiots podcast. Does that sound good, everybody?
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start with Aaron this time. What are your top 3?
All right, my top 3 games of the year were Bloodborne, Life is Strange, and Fallout 4.
Okay.
And the game that came out on top for me was Fallout 4.
Okay. So why should it be considered for Game of the Year for us?
I think it should be considered Game of the Year because I find that it has something for everyone. Even if you don't like shooters, there's still a lot of stuff you can do without having to shoot your way through the game.
Okay.
Like, you can talk to people, and you can actually get stuff from them just by talking. Like, you have this huge monster-looking guy that can talk. There is potential to actually befriend him.
Sounds like
and that's what makes it nice. Is it's not just kill every enemy. It's you can build up an army if you wanted to.
Aaron, sounds like
Yes.
nighttime in Persona 4. Talk to
Yes.
people, get items, wins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But the graphics are great. Gameplay is really smooth. The story is it's not linear. It's very complicated. I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like just straight out go do this to continue the story. It's do it at your own pace. Like, it kind of reminds me of Far Cry 3, where you could just go straight vanilla and just play through the whole story, or you could really get into the experience by doing side missions, doing activities, building stuff, and just having a really good old time.
Interesting.
A little chocolate to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot.
Okay. Anybody have any problems with Fallout 4 being considered?
No, as what I've seen of Aaron playing a Fallout 4, I have to say was phenomenal. I liked it. What I saw was good. I have nothing bad to say other than I've heard that there was some glitches and all that, but Bethesda games usually have those until they get patched. So,
And thank you for reminding that. Bethesda actually said, we want your guys' mods. We want you guys to have fun with this game. Throw in mods. Yeah, there's like a mod where when you have a weapon called the Fat Man, you shoot up in the air, it's not just a giant nuke. You can shoot hot dogs. You can shoot babies. Just all these silly things you can do.
I like this.
We need more Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, they have one for Thomas the Tank.
Yes.
There you go. Aaron, I have a question. Have you found the other dog, by the way, in that game?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he better than dog meat then?
No one is better than dog meat. No one. Even though that other dog does have guns,
What the fuck?
dog meat and me have been through so much, no one can replace my dog meat.
There you go.
Hot.
Fair
Giggity.
enough. Okay. Well, that is Aaron's nomination. All three of his nominations, but he is leaning more heavily towards Fallout 4. All right, let's go over to Anthony. So you have not been playing too many games released this year, but you do have a few, correct?
Yes, I do. I have Until Dawn,
Mhm.
Life is Strange, and I'll technically say Destiny a little bit.
Okay.
With pieces I've played of it. Like doing the first mission. And a little bit after that. But what I'm going to go with for my top pick, I'm going to go with is Until Dawn.
Okay.
Out of all of them.
Okay, so try to defend it.
So I'm first going to say I really haven't beat the whole game. I've come close. I've actually only have like 2 chapters away from beating the game, which makes me a little sad. But I know at least some of what I've been through in that game. And I have to say there was some twist that I didn't know. I was like, whoa, this person lived? Why? But
Why? Why? No!
I don't want to give
Well, you don't
anything
get-
away.
Yeah, please
know.
don't give anything away.
I won't give anything away. I was shocked by that one incident.
Very
It's just,
specific.
it's very, very plays with your mind, and I just like, whoa, I'm always on my toes when I'm playing that game, and I've loved it ever since. I really like that. When I went over to at least do half of the other chapters I was missing, when I went over with Jason, I was just, it caught my attention. I couldn't get the controller out of my hands until Jason actually kicked me out of his house, which made me a little sad. But it comes to those times. But I have to say, I wish I could have beat the whole game. But at least I know enough to defend in any means necessary. Yes, Life is Strange, I could have defended more, but I wanted to pick something different, so I'm going to go with Until Dawn.
Plus, Until Dawn, please note, made Mikey crawl on the floor and rock back and forth. And Jeremiah has that image and has edited it many times.
Yes,
in many
I do.
gruesome ways.
And I'm going to say one thing, though. The totems, god damn those totems. Like, it's kind of nice to, like, oh, you're going to see in the future or anything like that. But, like, every time I'm doing a chapter, I always have that in the back of my mind. Like, where's another totem that I need to find? I feel like I need to find these totems all
I
over the
tried to
place.
look for so many totems, but I didn't even find half of them. I was like, really? I missed that many totems? Holy
Yeah, like,
shit.
I started not caring. Like, further I got into the game, I actually stopped caring to look for the totems and just started just playing the game and trying to beat it. And I think that kind of showed that I have not gotten as many totems as when I first started.
I think what the game does so beautifully is it tests your reflexes way too hard.
They do.
Because you can easily kill somebody or
Yeah.
screw up real bad from doing something wrong with a reflex. It tests you real well.
It does.
Sometimes hitting an animal is a good thing, or sometimes not hitting an animal is a good thing.
Well, I'm sorry, Mike. I
Sometimes
just
doing
want to choose
nothing
that
is
one.
a good thing.
Exactly.
Thank you for promoting child abuse. I mean, animal abuse. I mean,
God damn
everything
it.
abuse.
Hey, Mikey, I just wanted to try it, okay?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, then let's jump over to Mikey.
Now, speaking of animal abuse, we're going to talk top 3. So number 3 is Duck Game for me. Now, Duck Game, I just got this from the Steam Winter Sale. This game was like $9. It's kind of pricey otherwise. I bought 5 copies of it, one for myself and like 4 for other my friends. Duck Game is a really weird game where you're basically playing as ducks. It's like these weird little platforming sandbox stages, and all you do is pick up guns or weapons and try to kill each other. And you can quack at people. You can ragdoll and flop on the ground and other stuff. You can get like an AK and start shooting each other. Shotties. There's a gun where it shoots out this little glowy brick, and if you touch it, you turn into fried duck on a platter.
Huh.
With like little smoke coming out of it. Also, I discovered the best glitch where if you kill somebody and you can pick up their corpse, if somebody else picks their corpse up, it does a glitch where you both jump and you continuously spin up in the air. Non-stop. You're literally a helicopter. It's hysterical. But that's on my list out of nowhere because I have not had harder laughs in such a long time to the point where my lungs wanted to rip out of my system because I started like hacking my lungs out because I was laughing way too hard.
Okay.
Now, number 2 is Life is Strange. That's no surprise. Life is Strange is a fantastic, phenomenal story. It's so good. So good. While it's not number 1, it has definitely brought my emotional levels up to many high points and has caused me to scream in Jason's apartment a few times. Jeremiah knows a lot of those.
Do I ever?
Oh, episode 4. That was a fun time. You guys loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we did.
Play Life is Strange, guys. That's like one of the top recommended games I'd suggest for you guys to play.
Absolutely.
Duck game, you really need people to play with. It's one of those games where you need a lot of, like 4 people to play with to have like the full experience. And it's a little pricey. Now, number 1 is Her Story. Now, this is a game Jason basically made me play and showed me. I had a lot of fun with this. This game is so horrifying. Like, Until Dawn could totally be on my top 3. But I had more of a hard time with Her Story in an emotional sense than Until Dawn. Sure, it had the cheap jump scares and everything. And it did its job well. But Her Story made me shiver. And freak out slightly about things. Now, Her Story is basically a game where you are trying to figure out a murder mystery through video clips, and you're searching keywords through a database. And certain video clips can pop up and stuff like that. But certain clips, I don't know who, like, Anthony, who's played Her Story here exactly again? Anyone? Any?
Nope, I think you're the only one.
I think I'm the only one, darn. Well,
You're a lucky man.
I'll just say one little key thing. White. White is horrifyingly terrifying. Jason started laughing every time the subject of white popped up. And as soon as those clips started playing, I was like, oh, that's a little beeped up. Yeah, no. I had to spend at least a week, 2 hours sessions with Jason to beat the story, quote unquote, I guess. But for being such a horrifying, amazing story, voice acting is incredible. It's so good. That is why it is my game of the year contender. Now, Mr. Darby, please.
Yes.
Hit me with that list. Hit us with that list.
Okay. So, but before I do, I just want to know from Anthony, is Until Dawn a worthy buy?
I would say Until Dawn, I would say for the price it is right now, which I think is still, is it $50 or 60?
It's
No,
60
it's-
still.
60 still? Okay. I would say when I get a PS4, I'm probably gonna have that on my list to buy. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not gonna be Persona 5, of course.
Oh, God.
That's my top buy.
P5 is
Of course.
going. It's good. I think we're all going to be having a fun time with P5.
Oh, we better.
I think we're
We
all
better.
just going to, as soon as day one, we're all just going to be talking P5 with each other, like what's going on in the story, how we reacted to certain things, etc.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
There you go. I would say definitely it's a buy. If anyone likes horror or making your choices kind of games, I would definitely buy this. And I would like to also add, Mikey isn't actually the only one that's played Her Story. I totally forgot I played Her Story.
Really,
I just
Anthony?
forgot that. I forgot the name.
We just talked about this before the episode! God
I
damn
know.
it, Anthony!
I just remembered.
Anthony!
Like, my click.
Anthony!
It's okay. I only played like a little.
Anthony!
Like, Jason showed me, and he was like, "Here, this is Her Story." I was like, "Oh, this is great." You know, there's a
Anthony!
trash can, there's a recycle bin right there. That's great.
Anthony!
And then a ton of videos.
I love you,
Okay.
Anthony.
Anthony!
Okay.
Love you too, Aaron.
I'm gonna kick you.
All right. So Until Dawn is a worthy buy, and you have played her story.
Better
Yes.
Okay.
played it.
Well, then, Mikey, is her story a worthy
Yes.
buy? Yes.
Very much. The biggest thing that I found out about it before I played it, it was developed by one of the old Silent Hill developers.
Okay.
So that right there set some expectations of this is going to be a really strange, creepy game. It fits it perfectly. It is very strange, abnormal, horrifying. Honestly, it lingers in your mind. That's what I found it to be. It's a 100% recommendation. It's only like $6 on Steam. It's not that expensive at all. And it's won Game of the Year awards from the official, quote-unquote, I guess, awards that we talked about. It won Best Voice Acting and Narrative, so... I mean,
Yes, it did.
That sets a few expectations, I guess.
It really does.
So there you go.
I'm actually interested to play it myself.
Yeah.
When you hang out with Jason, do it.
Yeah?
Do what I did.
Shut up, Anthony. Or should I say, Anthony!
Okay. Well, my top three. My top three are number 3 is Until Dawn. I love that game. Anthony has already said enough about it.
It made you... It make you...
And I'm just going to throw my 2 cents worth in this. I'm not a horror guy. In fact, I'm a wuss when it comes to horror. But I made it through. And the horror game can change to actually affect you. It does ask you some very personal questions of what you're actually more afraid of. And then it puts you in that situation, more or less. And it is pretty creepy.
Cockroaches.
I'm more talking about the king cobra that's sitting
The what?
5 feet in front of you.
The what?
You must have chosen spiders then.
The what?
Oh yeah, I chose the snakes because I couldn't really. I wasn't really scared of spiders or snakes, so I kind of just picked.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you got that king cobra sitting in a glass jar 5 feet from you, staring with its hood wide open, staring right at you, yeah, that's terrifying.
That's a little...
It really is. Number 2 is I haven't really been championing this as much as I should have, but Rocket League. I absolutely adore Rocket League, and now that they've added the mutators mode where you can set your own parameters or you can jump in a playlist that plays different ones, that is so much fun. But then you got my favorite mode of them all, and that is Snow Day, where it's hockey, but with cars.
Oh, God.
And it's like everything that I want. I mean, I don't care about cars, but I love Rocket League, and hockey is my thing. So, safe to say, I think it fits me pretty well. But then you got the best game that I have played probably since The Last of Us. The best story, the best gameplay, not the best the best graphics, not the best lip sync.
No.
But it is Life is Strange. Life is Strange is my game of the year 100%.
Life is pretty strange.
It is. And that was my first point on why I think why it deserves to be game of the year. Reasoning is because life is so strange. One thing is going to affect another thing, and the whole idea of a high schooler being able to rewind time again and again and again until they get what they want, yeah, that would really screw up the world.
Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Yes. Welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Eclipse!
With Bill Clinton.
But then you got my next reason for Life is Strange is because the art style. All of it is hand-drawn. Yeah, that kind of leads to maybe some problems with the lip sync. It definitely does take away from the experience, but I felt the story was enough, so well thought out, so well written, and the branches were so well thought out and so well written that it brought me right back into it. Mm-hmm. I definitely do think that it should have been released as one full game, But the episodic thing is getting a little played out right now. But I still think it deserves to be nominated for Game of the Year. In fact, it will be my Game of the Year 100%, regardless of anything else that I play.
Would you recommend this?
I have been championing this game since episode 1 came out. Since we started doing this podcast, I have been championing this game, and I will never stop. There is a full collection coming out in early January to all of our listeners. It comes with an art book, I think a soundtrack, and all 5 episodes.
Oh, the soundtrack. Ooh.
I think it comes with the soundtrack. Don't quote me on it.
Do you want me to look at it?
Please do.
Okay.
But I think that it is a worthy buy. It is a worthy play. And if you can get past lip sync, you will see just how great of a game it truly is.
Here. Let's see here. What has it got? 32-page exclusive art book containing excerpts from the game. From the game, along with the director's commentary and 14 songs from the game's soundtrack. In addition, the game composer's Mr. has written 8 original songs exclusively for this collector's edition as well.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, and there you have it. If you have not picked up Life is Strange yet, I highly recommend doing it this way. Anyway, now, since that we have had our Game of the Year discussion, we recommend all of the games that we have said, and many others. If you have any game that you would like us to play and maybe even have for consideration, tweet at me with the hashtag WAIP. My Twitter handle is TRI_polar bear. Also, message our Facebook group, the We Are All Idiots podcast. No, not group, page. There we go. That's the word I was looking for, page.
Group?
Yeah, not a group, page. We are now a page.
Yes, finally a page.
Now that we have that out of the way, let's move on to our regularly scheduled program.
And that was Episode 7's Game of the Year discussion for the We Are All Idiots podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. On the behalf of Jeremiah, Jason, who's dead, I guess, Aaron, Anthony, and myself, we'd like to thank you guys for bearing with us, whoever is listening, I guess, at this point. Merry Christmas, even though that passed a few weeks ago. Happy New Year. 2016 is going to be a huge year for gaming, so be ready for lots of discussions about what's coming out, what we've been playing, everything like that. And we hope to hear from you guys soon. Let us know what you think about what your Game of the Year was, because our Game of the Year will be announced this month as a whole from the We Are All Idiots podcast. Thank you guys again so much for listening, and have a good one. Laters.